Welcome to Valmiki Ramayana in English. Let's meet the creator behind it all, Dr. T.K. Bansal.
What's so amazing is that he's a blind scientist from the University of Oxford.
And he is on a pretty ambitious mission.
Basically, he's presenting this ancient story for a whole new generation.
He's taking the classic Valmiki Ramayana and turning it into modern English videos.
The whole point is just to make this incredible story accessible to literally everyone.
And you know what? This is actually where you can help out.
It's really simple to support the project. Just like the videos, share, and subscribe.
Seriously, every little bit of engagement helps this amazing vision reach more people.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're opening up a file that, honestly, it feels like a political thriller, but it's wrapped inside this massive high fantasy epic.
It really does.
I mean, you've got a fratricidal war, a kingdom just hanging in the balance, and this divine intervention that is, well, it's either the ultimate act of righteousness or a moral gray area people have been debating for thousands of years.
It is absolutely one of the most visually arresting and psychologically complex sequences in ancient literature. We are back in the Valmiki Ramayana.
Specifically the Kishkindha Kaand.
Exactly.
And our mission for this deep dive, just to set the stage for you, is to reconstruct the final hours of the Vanara king, Vali. We're pulling directly from Sargas 13 through 16.
And this isn't just a simple fight scene. It's really a masterclass in strategy, in missed signals, and, the tragic results of ignoring your intelligence reports.
Right. So we're going to track the journey of Rama and Sugriva through this really mysterious, almost magical forest.
Then we'll break down the tactical setup of the duel itself.
And then the desperate counseling session from Queen Tara. And finally, the shot that ends an era. Okay, so let's set the board. We are in the middle of a very high-tension alliance. Rama and Lakshmana, the exiled princes, have basically shaken hands with Sugriva, the exiled Vanara king.
They've clasped wrists over a fire, yeah.
And now they're all marching on the city of Kishkindha to overthrow Sugriva's older brother, Vali.
And you have to remember the mood here. I mean, Sugriva has tried this before.
And failed spectacularly.
Miserably. He was beaten within an inch of his life and had to run away. So as they're marching from Rishuanka Mountain towards the city, the atmosphere is just heavy. This is a do-or-die mission.
If this fails, Sugriva's dead. And Rama's whole quest to find Sita just hits a brick wall.
A dead end. The text gives us the lineup, too. It's Rama, Lakshmana, Sugriva, and then the Vanara heavy hitters, Hanuman, Nala, Nila.
And a commander named Tara.
Right, and we should probably clarify that for everyone listening. This Tara is a male general. Later, we're going to meet Lady Tara, who is Vali's wife. A completely different and, frankly, crucial character to the emotional core of this whole thing.
I see.
But for now, the strike team is moving, and Valmiki just pauses the action to give us these incredibly lush, almost overwhelming visual details of the forest.
It's so cinematic. You've got trees literally bent over from the weight of their own flowers, rivers running fast. But the detail that really struck me was the wildlife. It's not just, there were animals. The text specifically mentions these two-toothed and mad elephants just wandering around alone.
And what are they doing?
They're just gouging the riverbanks with their tusks, just tearing up the earth.
And see, that detail does so much heavy lifting. It's a mirror for the internal state of the characters. The whole landscape is wild, it's fertile, but it's also aggressive, it's beautiful, but it's dangerous.
We're leaving civilization behind.
Exactly. We're entering a place where raw power is the only thing that matters.
And then, in the middle of all this wildness, the camera just stops. Rama spots something that doesn't fit. He sees this massive grove of trees that looks, and the text says this, like a cloud bank resting on the ground.
Bordered by plantain trees, it's so dense that Rama actually halts the entire march.
And he just asks Sugriva, "What is that?"
This is the Saptajana ashram, and Sugriva's answer is fascinating because it introduces this layer of deep, deep time into the story. He explains that this was the home of 7 sages, the Saptajana.
And the backstory is just intense. These sages fasted for 700 years.
700 years.
And their diet wasn't just strict, it was nothing. They lived on air.
They lived in the water, head down, for 7 centuries, just inhaling air. In the logic of the epic, that kind of asceticism, that tapas, it generates this immense power, and eventually they just ascended bodily to heaven.
But they left this grove behind, like a spiritual time capsule.
Right, and it's described like a holy but haunted place. Sugriva says you can't go in. If you wander in by mistake, you just don't come back.
And the sensory details are what got me. You can stand outside and you can hear things.
You can. You hear music. You hear the tinkling of ornaments.
You smell these sweet scents that don't belong in a forest.
And most amazingly, there are 3 sacred fires inside that have never gone out.
There's that one specific image Sugriva uses. He points to the smoke rising from the treetops. And he tells Rama the smoke looks like doves sitting on the branches.
It's such a beautiful, peaceful image, but it serves a narrative purpose, you know? It establishes a boundary. That ashram is static, eternal holiness. A place where the world doesn't change.
And where they're going.
Is the complete opposite. Kishkindha is about to become a place of violent, irreversible change.
Look at how the war party reacts, though. They don't go investigate. They don't try to, secure the prisoner.
Just bow, Rama, Lakshmana, all the Vanaras, they just fold their hands, pay their respects from a distance, and they keep moving.
They're acknowledging that's not our world.
Right. We belong to the world of action, of politics and war. Not that. They're crossing a threshold.
So they leave the peace of the sages behind, and they arrive at Kishkindha. The vibe shifts instantly. We go from smoke like doves to Sugriva hiding in the bushes, just seething.
Oh, the description of him is terrifying. It says his neck is thick, he's just filled with rage, and he lets out this roar that literally tears the sky.
But he's still anxious. He's been beaten here before.
Absolutely. And this leads to a really practical, almost modern tactical problem. Rama brings it up.
Right. He looks at Sugriva, then thinks about Vali, and he realizes,
I can't tell you 2 apart.
you guys look exactly alike.
It's the identification problem. In a swirling fight covered in dust and blood, they're identical. Rama is the sniper in this whole operation. He can't risk friendly fire.
So Lakshmana comes up with this field expedient solution. He just finds a flowering vine, a Gajapushy creeper, and he ties it around Sugriva's neck.
It's a targeting beacon. In modern military terms, it's an IFF tag, identification friend or foe. That garland is purely functional. It shows that even with divine weapons, you still need basic fieldcraft.
But even with the garland, Sugriva is still a little hesitant. He needs a pep talk.
He does.
And Rama gives him one that is, frankly, it's terrifying. He mentions that time he shot through 7 cella trees with 1 arrow.
And then he makes this vow. He compares his arrow to the rod of Yama, the god of death. He tells Sugriva, if Vali steps out that door, he's already a corpse.
It's a statement of absolute certainty. He's basically telling him, look, the outcome is already decided. You just have to go play your part.
And that works. Sugriva is emboldened. He lets out another roar, and the text says the sound is so loud that birds just fall out of the sky.
And antelopes start running like horses in battle.
That sound carries us right into the inner chambers of Kishkindha.
And this is where we meet, in my opinion, the most interesting character in this whole sequence.
Tara.
Vali hears that roar, and he just loses it. The text says he looks like the sun being eclipsed by Rahu. He's about to storm out, but he gets physically stopped.
By his wife, Tara. And this whole interaction is just heartbreaking because it shows you that tragedy isn't always about a lack of information. Sometimes you can have all the facts and still make the absolute wrong call.
She is, without a doubt, the smartest person in the room. She physically holds him back. It's this embrace that's both loving and trying to stop him.
And she just starts dismantling his ego with pure logic. Her argument is so sound, she just asks, why is Sugriva back?
Right. He just ran away. For him to come back this quickly, this loudly, he has backup.
His confidence, she says, suggests a powerful ally. She's doing a threat assessment on the fly.
And she's not just guessing. She has intel.
She has actual intelligence. She says, I heard from our son, Angada, who heard from spies in the forest. This is key. She names the enemy.
She tells him straight up, the princes of Ayodhya, Rama, and Lakshmana are here.
And she even describes Rama's character. She calls him the refuge of the afflicted, a tree of righteousness. She understands the moral weight of this new opponent.
She's warning him, this isn't just a wrestling match anymore. This is an existential threat. And then she proposes a solution that is just, it's Machiavellian in its brilliance.
It really is. She suggests a diplomatic coup. Don't fight. Make Sugriva the Yuvraj, the crown prince.
Bring him back into the fold.
Yes, ally with Sugriva, and you automatically ally with Rama. You neutralize the entire threat without shedding a single drop of blood.
It's the perfect win-win situation. Vali keeps the throne, Sugriva gets his status back, the war is averted. But Vali, he just can't do it.
It's pure hubris. His warrior code, or at least his interpretation of it, won't let him back down from a challenge from his lesser brother.
But look at the twisted logic he uses to dismiss her fear of Rama. This is the part that feels like he's just gaslighting himself.
Oh, completely. He tells Tara, Rama is a knower of Dharma. He is righteous. He would never commit a sin.
That's the supreme irony of the whole thing.
It is. Vali is relying on Rama's reputation for righteousness to protect him. He's thinking, Rama won't shoot me while I'm in a fair one-on-one duel because that violates the rules.
He totally misinterprets the kind of war he's in. He thinks it's a duel.
And Rama thinks it's an execution.
Exactly. Vali tells Tara, look, I won't even kill Sugriva. I'll just crush his pride and send him running again.
He sees it as just a domestic dispute.
He fails to see that by exiling Sugriva and, taking his wife, which is a whole part of the backstory, he has already marked himself as a target for Rama's brand of justice. He's looking at the technicalities of the fight, while Rama is looking at the entire moral landscape.
Tara knows she's lost. She performs a prayer for his safety and just steps aside.
And that's the last time she sees him alive.
So now we're in Sargas 16. Vali storms out of the city. The text says he's hissing like a snake.
That snake imagery keeps coming back. He sees Sugriva wearing that garland, that targeting beacon.
And the fight is just brutal. It says they're using fists, knees, rocks, even uprooted trees.
Initially, they're perfectly matched, like the sun and moon, but the momentum shifts so fast.
Vali is just the stronger fighter. He is. He starts to dominate. He's pounding the breath out of Sugriva, and you see Sugriva start to falter. His eyes are wandering, looking toward the tree line for help.
He knows he's about to die.
He does. And this is the moment Rama sees his ally is about to be broken.
The description of the weapon here is something else. Rama draws his bow, and the text compares the arrow to a venomous snake.
And the sound of the bowstring alone is enough to startle the birds again, and then shot. It hits Vali in the chest with the sound of a thunderbolt.
Valmiki's imagery for the fall of Vali is just spectacular. He doesn't just say he fell down. He compares him to an Indradvaja.
Okay, you have to explain that.
Yeah.
What exactly is an Indradvaja?
So it's this huge decorated ceremonial flagstaff. They raise it during the festival for Indra, the king of the gods. It's covered in garlands, sandalwood, cloth. It's a glorious thing.
Right.
But when the festival's over, they cut the ropes, and this massive, heavy, glorious pole just crashes to the earth.
Wow. So his festival's over.
His festival is over. It's such a loaded image. It implies that Vali was this great, glorious thing, but his time is up.
A celebration that ended in violence. The text also compares him to a flowering Ashoka tree uprooted by the wind. So it's not painting him as a monster. He's a part of nature that has been felled.
And maybe the most terrifying comparison of all. It says the arrow was like the fire from Lord Shiva's third eye.
The one that destroyed Kamadeva, the god of desire.
Right.
That comparison invokes total annihilation, an irresistible cosmic force. It's telling us that this wasn't just a physical wound, it was destiny being fulfilled.
And yet, look at the description of him lying there on the ground. The text makes a point to say that his splendor, his Shri, didn't leave him.
No, it didn't. It mentions his gold necklace, his jewelry. He's bathing in blood and he's unconscious, but he still has this tragic grandeur.
That complicates the narrative, doesn't it? He isn't painted as some one-dimensional villain in this moment. He's a fallen king.
It creates this profound sense of pathos.
Yeah.
Even though we are on Rama and Sugriva's side, the fall of Vali feels heavy. It feels like a waste.
So if we look at this whole sequence, from the silent sages eating air to the bloody battlefield, what's the thread that ties all this together?
I think it's about the difference between seeing and perceiving.
Okay, how so?
Well, back at the Saptajana ashram, the sages saw the ultimate reality through their asceticism, and they ascended. In the forest, Rama saw the practical need for a tactical marker, the garland.
And Tara saw the truth of the situation through her intelligence network and her intuition.
Exactly, and Vali.
Vali refused to see.
He was blinded by his own strength. He had the facts. He knew Rama was there, but he filtered all that information through his own ego. He thought his perception of the world was the only one that mattered.
That's the tragedy of certainty, isn't it? Tara had the data, but Vali had the confidence.
And in this world, unfounded confidence is a death sentence.
So the most dangerous thing in that forest wasn't Rama's arrow.
Not at all. It was the story Vali told himself about why he was invincible. He thought the rules of Dharma were there to protect him, when in fact, the rules of Dharma, at least as Rama interpreted them, were what targeted him.
It's a pretty powerful lesson in listening to the Taras in our lives.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When the person with the best intel tells you to stay inside, maybe you should stay inside.
We'll leave you with that thought. From the quiet grove of the seven sages to the thunderous crash of the Indradvaja, the Ramayana just keeps revealing these incredible complexities of human and Vanara nature.
Stay curious.
Jai Shri Ram.